game. Looking forward to it. Sub under the Rift.
All right, let's see that level 1.
Yeah, what's the plan? Looks like it's just going to be the 5-point defense system, and DRX setting up for some sort of invading scenario.
Well, they have to know that there's a strong possibility that Canyon comes down for the invade there, so they want to set up here in this brush to be able to defend it. And another thing to also consider with this Scion pick is it really weakens what Rascal was hoping to do matchup-wise, right? He's like, okay, well, this is a Gnar now. This is terrible for me. This is not what I wanted. Just didn't see that one coming. I mean, who could have? We've never really seen this before. So now it looks like we're going to see the delayed invade here from D+. Will be spotted by this ward. Kellen will scout it. They don't show the Scion critically here, but I think very much DRX know what's happening, and let's see how well they can defend this, because the key is, even if you don't kill Beryl or Paddock, you're going to deny a lot of farm here in general and slow down what is Milio's greatest strength, is getting that early lane prio and outranging carries like this Draven at level 1.
Yeah, Canyon already stealing away these chickens as Croco, I think he knows that this one's going to be well and truly warded. Already, though, Canyon is just going to take the free camp and move himself away. He's already caused Croco to lose a fair bit of time in his jungle. As another thing is the fact that you've got this Draven and Pyke situation, and you should be able to have shove. So it was a pretty dangerous Scion level 2 scenario that they were looking at. But Croco is just going to be able to take his red, and it looks like they have avoided that for now.
Yeah. I was talking with Chronicler about this yesterday on the desk, but you actually...
Scion jungle, really?
Well, not Scion jungle, but the Calibrum, you know, and the Milio setup here, you actually have more range than Caitlyn does, you know, when you actually have that empowered additional range with your Calibrum auto attack. So it becomes really easy to actually trade aggressively here once Milio has a few points, and at least 1 point, of course, in the W. Level 2 hit here now, so can be great for harass, but the damage output and the threat of these Pyke skewers is really, really quite strong. Wow, look at that.
Okay. It was a loss.
GE Tigers Lee lost to SKT Tom.
It's just...
That's Hojin, by the way.
Yeah, Tom also didn't play that many games. So, it's really, really funny. So, 3,000 days ago. And what Scion even was that? You know?
Yeah, that's a good question. 8 years ago.
Well, Canyon seems to be doing a pretty good job here, getting around his jungle. We'll be approaching that level 4 pretty soon. And he's a couple of camps ahead, of course, due to the fact that he was able to put on so much pressure early on. And I'm a little bit sad, Wolf, because there's Grasp the Undying here on the Cho'Gath. And I was thinking, like, are you going to be able to Grasp proc onto a Gnar all that often?
Yeah, I mean, not ideally.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as Kana spaces it well. Speaking of spacing it well, Yehu is having a bit of a hard time here, but obviously Showmaker expending all of his mana to make this happen, but he's a little bit vulnerable here, so Canyon can come over here and take these Raptors a second time now.
Yeah,
and
I like this guy.
There's just no prio here in mid or bottom to contest, so Canyon very aware of this, and this is the kind of duo power that we've seen from Showmaker and Canyon over the last few years. So Pyke...
Yeah, look, immediately the flash has to come out there from Beryl, lit on fire by the Pyke as well. As now Canyon lumbering towards this bottom side.
Look at the CS deficit already. It's 20.
Lumbering would have been better if he had been using the Lumberjack skin.
One more chance.
Yeah, Paddock. Oh, the continue walking strategy working out well there.
Look at Kellen as well with his mana. Like, he's just really been saving these for opportunistic moments. He's not throwing them out every time. He's using it strategically. He still has 2 cookies in his inventory as well, so he is just putting so much pressure on by walking towards them, and this is a duo that's so squishy against the high damage output of the Draven early, and early cash-in could be devastating for this matchup. It's already tough as it is, and Viego just cannot help you with no mid-prio, and the jungle is completely under the control of Canyon thus far. And this is just a lot of early pressure here from D+, not leading to any kills, but already generating 500 additional gold. Croco just found out his camp is gone, and this is frustrating.
It really is, and you can see sort of these draft shenanigans working out very well. And I love how, like, this was obviously something that was crafted by D+, right? Because they understood that Sion's going to need a little bit of help getting off the ground in the early stages, right? Like, eventually, you can just build tank items, walk into the minions and charge Q, and, like, you're never going to have an issue. But at the beginning, the Viego can possibly take over. It's not even possible when D plus Kia managed to craft their early game this well. And it's really nicely orchestrated. Canyon now going to move down and look to possibly start off this Drake, as Kellen just making sure that there's not going to be any Viegos running around the Rift. Hop going to be used here by Canna very aggressively. Level 6 picked up. And Rupture does something.
While this is happening, Deft is getting solo experience here because Pike is over here. Kellen is getting some vision and also making sure that no one can rotate over. So he's actually going to hit level 6 significantly faster than Paddock, who obviously had to back early, significantly behind in farm in general. So he can actually get involved on the Rift Herald fight now as well with his ultimate pretty easily. So Deft has a lot of power, a lot of control because he has that level 6 coming online so soon here. So D+ might be able to turn this into a situation where they get double objectives here in 90 seconds time. And I mean, there's just not much at this moment in time that DRX could do about it. It's early game Cho'Gath, you know, you don't have a great setup with the Viego because you picked it to pick it away from D+ rather than its synergy with the Cho'Gath and the Cassante here. So the Viego feels like such a dead pick in this early game right now.
Yeah, and we were talking about it, right? Like, what DRX desperately wanted was an ability to start fights on their own terms. Well, another way to avoid needing to do that is to never want to start fights because you'll probably lose. And that is exactly the position that they're kind of in right now. But the other issue that comes from it is the fact that you need setup if you're ever going to make a composition like this work, and you can't get set up if you have no control. So it's sort of compounding. The negatives are really starting to fly through here as Canyon, without an ultimate, however, there is a Gnar to push Canyon into that wall, and he has to flash to get himself out of there. The house comes down, but Rascal is just going to be able to get away. No flashes in response. DK wanting to hold on to those for the next engagement.
Yeah, see the roam up here from Kellen as well in the mid lane. Showmaker still maintaining prio here. They've traded teleports, but he's got enough mana so he can threaten and then turn this into that Rift Herald take basically on spawn. And Deft can 1v2. Here he comes.
All right, there's... Oh, nice, very nice W. That is going to get Yehu out of there. And he will be all right. So passes the first gank test there from Kellen.
Yeah, and now the consideration is, do I want to come over here and defend with Deft, or do we want to just rush over and take the Herald? Iskana, he's between turrets here, proxying the minions. That's how much of a lead he got after taking that flash away. It's already an unfavorable matchup. Canyon hits 6, and it looks like they don't even really need Deft for the contest on the Herald here. Kana got another Gnar bar from those minions as well, and man, this is just absolute bonkers, like how much of a lead D+ has here, 1,000 gold in 8 minutes, but the amount of control they've gotten from this Scion jungle pick is just crazy. You love to see creative strategies like this in the LCK, and only D+ really does stuff like this, you know? D+ is the team that pushes the meta forward faster than any other team, with the exception of Keria doing the 80 carry supports, you know, the marksman supports we saw in spring season. It's generally D+ that tries stuff like this. We saw the Aurelion Soul from Showmaker earlier this week. And you just love to see it, you know? This is the kind of innovation I think we need more of in the LCK.
It's very true. And of course, like, this is Canyon as well, right? Like, he's the guy that's always on sort of the cutting edge when it comes to making sure that he has the new champions down. Like, the Rumble was something picked up by him very, very early on. And of course, like, Peanut's still there, so you can't really take it away from him. Peanut and Spirit together were the ones that were really starting to dictate it, as Kehu going for a bit of an engage, but doesn't really do too much. And that's a big old Gnar making his way through. I will say Yehu quite a few times.
That's okay.
It is just Yehu, which is his name. Abbreviated last name to come first there with the K. But yeah, it's just, sometimes I read what's on the screen.
He's like an email address, you know? He's kyehu at yahoo.com, like, at yahoo.com.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like the 3 X's I put before Sniper on my my account names.
Yeah, he's young enough to where, like, he's probably, like, got a Naver email, not a Nate email or something like that, but, you know.
Yeah. Oh, man.
He, you know, his last name is Kang, as Valdez mentioned when he had his opening match earlier this week, so that's where the K does come from. You know, I think it's an ID that can be very confusing, but, you know, it's ultimately up to him.
It is indeed. And and we will answer. As okay, Partida, yeah, going to get slowed down there by the Bone Skewers. In goes Yehu once again, but he gets charmed. Has to flash. The turret shot's going to follow him, but he's going to be all right. But that is going to be his flash now on cooldown. His ultimate alongside it, and Showmaker just had to use a Spirit Rush to get out of that one, as Kellen finds yet another one, this time onto Barrel. The Ignite is down as the train is going to barrel down the river. The surprise Scion from the jungle. This is what we're all scared about. Bone Skewer's going to go wide though, but that is all the flashes you will ever need as D+ Kia to guarantee control.
Massive control, and the Drake is spawning in 20 seconds here, so D+ have this one guaranteed. Now you're down flash on Milio, you're down flash on the Viego, as well as the K'Sante that lost it in that attempted all-in and mid. So many critical summoners looking at D+. They only have the Pyke, who has an escape without flash. May hurt his engage, but I don't think you're that worried about it considering the amount of control you have right now. And, I mean, contesting this right now, realistic. You have positional power here. Barrel taking so much damage early, though.
Yeah, Kellen actually just putting the fear of God into him over in the fog of war there as this Pyke.
Rascal's down here.
Yeah, moving on in. You can see Canna's roaming down as well. Doesn't have teleport, though, so there is a brief moment where DRX will have extra people. Partida dealing with Kellen as Yehu's going to dive forward. Canyon has to flash and he's going to be able to get himself out of there. Paddock throws down the ultimate, but it's not massive just yet. He has to flash to get out of the way of the stun. And now Canna's finally found his way in here. Canyon just walks on forward, picks it up. It's a double for Showmaker as Canna wants to find more. And Yehu gets underneath the turret. He should be alive for the moment, as Paddock's there as well, and he is going to be able to keep his mid laner safe. But man, it's not going well for DRX, and it may not be over just yet.
I don't think it's over just yet, Atlas. I think you're exactly right. Here we go!
Falling death, there's the cash double as X marks the spot. And oh dear, this is looking pretty perfect, baby. Oh dear.
Oh man, and you gotta, one of the things we haven't even talked about is the fact that you get, of course, that passive gold from the execute from Kellen here as well. So much money from that cut coming through here, and Deft is a rich man now with that cash in coming through. And I mean, 5 kills here in this fight. And what went wrong with the Feast Smite combo here is one of the questions that we have to ask. How is Canyon able to defeat Feast Smite here on this objective contest while positional advantage goes to DRX? It looks like, according to the cooldowns here, that Croco does have Smite available, but you also have Kana coming in as a secondary AD carry in this fight. Product is zoned away, and let's see how this goes down. Just smites it before. I guess the Feast goes off. Not 100% sure there, but Canyon's able to pick it up, and just an easy front to back when you have a Gnar coming through here too, and all the focus has to be on that Drake damage-wise if you're going to secure it. Product zoned away, and then look at this ult coming through. How much money? Oh, not going to show it. A lot
and
is the
Rascal
answer.
is now running away from Canna, who does have a full Naba, wants to be able to get that crush, but doesn't quite have the cooldown. I believe he used the hop very recently, and so therefore the Cho'Gath will be able to slink away as much as a Cho'Gath is able to do so. Yehu here towards the top side dealing with Deft as best he can, but yeah, as you can see, the ballooning of this gold lead has moved to like, yeah, almost 7,000 at 12.5 minutes, which it was at the end of that team fight.
He just bought a whole Essence Reaver. He's very happy to do so. Umbro Glaive done for Kellen now. Kana just going to pick up these plates as That's like, you know what, I don't think I need any plate gold. Would you like to share the wealth here?
Yeah.
In the bottom side of the map.
I think Kellen also probably has too much money. His Umbral Glaive now already completed. Yeah. Canna also has his Trinity Force. Very happy. Nah.
All right, 2,000 gold, 2,100 gold is the advantage here.
These are some numbers that could exist. So, Wolf, do you have any plans for tomorrow? Got a great series coming up after this, of course.
I'm going for a free diving lesson tomorrow.
Ooh,
you know,
very cool.
That's my plans. Monty Wolf show before that, you know. More LCK content, even on the days off.
You guys can talk about Scion Jungle and how
obviously
we
will.
It's the greatest thing in the universe. Because I'm pretty sure it's all just off the back of Scion Jungle being picked in this game, that this was all possible. Showmaker splitting here towards the top side. One thing that we can talk about is the fact that the perfect game is up for grabs.
Still possible, yeah.
I believe 0 plates were taken as well, unless there is one cheeky plate that was removed on the bottom side.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but I don't think so either. So it is perfect game on the table with not taking all of the plates, but you haven't lost one. So I guess there is that. And yeah, I mean,
where are you on perfect game counting plates and heralds? Like, what's your stance?
So heralds definitely need to be included when it comes to the perfect game, because that's actually a neutral objective. However, plates I think are different. I think a perfectist game is different to a perfect game.
So
a perfectist game is you take all of their plates and keep all of yours alive.
I kind of have like a weird hipster take on the herald in that when perfect game was defined, herald didn't exist. So like I think it's okay if you drop a herald to still have the perfect game, but like I don't know exactly what it's defined as, like what's officially defined as, so I'll just defer to that. But yesterday we almost had that. We were so close. Then a little bit of a drop the ball there from Kwangdong at the end of the bro game. But
yeah,
I was having the debate, earlier on the space off camera, like, is this a perfect game? But in this case, we don't even have to have it because no plates and no herald going over. And if it continues at this pace, I mean, we might have a perfect game sub 25 minutes. With the rate at which D+ has such an advantage here in this game. Leandri is the build of choice here for Showmaker as well, because it's no longer a game where he needs to be setting up burst. He's just going to be able to continually do damage, be safe here, and set up long-range engages with the follow-up with the Zonias that he's going to build here second. I mean, this is just a monstrous lead. Cannot be overstated. Contesting this Drake is like a dream.
It's 9.5 thousand gold. 9.5 thousand!
Yeah.
It's not even 17.
Kana has TP, so he's not really AFK in this lane. He can join at any time. There's a control ward here.
No, but the perfect game. The perfect game. They need to get over here and take this Drake. All right, well, DRX, they might be able to deny it, as no, DRX are going to have to back away. Bone Skew are going to connect onto Yehu, but he's pretty tanky. Canna off to the side, in a little bit of danger as Rascal does have his flash available, but Canna will make it to relative safety. Croco in trouble, and Yehu's going to be taken down. X once again is going to mark the spot. He will have the reset as Canna is going to now flashes away. The perfect game is still alive as Showmaker avoids the Moonlight Vigil, and Rascal not going to get the rupture there. The Drake will fall into the hands of D+ Kia as, yeah, Shirley just running amok in the mid lane.
Also, the Herald might not be killed by DRX, it might be killed by minions. Not that that's part of a perfect game either, but just they won't even get the gold for it. It's all just out on its lonesome here. And this is a front-to-back fight here once again, where you have the threat of the Bone Skewer, you have the threat of this flanking Gnar, who is so ahead that he does massive damage, like a secondary AD carry that's pretty tanky, and Podak is trying to zone him out. The other Bone Spear connects, and it's just a really easy follow-up here onto Yehu, because Croco is so far away from this objective they can continue to zone him, and he is trying to close the gap here onto Kana and go, okay, maybe then we could actually go for that Beast Smite combo and find the success this time. But he's just completely zoned out. Also, great flash there from Canyon to get away, or Kana, excuse me, to get away. So nobody dies here for D+. The gold lead has now surpassed 10,000. It's sole point here at 18 minutes.
Oh, I know the strat. I've seen this before. I lost hair because of this situation. As Nevermind all out, going to be coming through as Canna. I think he's going to die this time. He does crush his way out, but I don't know whether he's going to be running fast enough. Oh, the Rupture's going to miss. He gets the speed up. Stand aside is going to come down as Canna desperately trying to run away. He will. He'll get out, and Deft is going to cash in. Now he's looking for even more as Canyon gets over the wall. It's a flash forward. It's a disaster, and DRX, they cannot get anything in this game. There is no chance.
No chance at all, and Canyon on the chase here, wants to close the gap here to maybe set up another Q. He's not going to be able to get that far, unfortunately, with his ult in this case. But D+ here set up to, now with LDR built second, which is hilarious, for Deft here, could just do Baron basically on spawn here, as it is now about to crest 20 minutes. As Croco sees Kana here with
How is he
Yehu.
Not dead?
He's Mega Gnar. He just has no flash, by the way, from the previous exchange. Has a really nice crush here, and then Deft comes over. Knockback saves him a little bit here, and Croco just cannot close the distance. There's no range here. Podak doesn't have Caliber or anything like that. There's just, this comp is so low range that even though he's at like 1 health, nobody can touch him. It's all melees and then Aphelios. I mean, Emilio, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
I mean, he can set up a campfire, right? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is the last time D+ had a lead like this, I lost hair. So, I mean, maybe that's the coping.
Are you down to do it again?
I mean, I could, but I don't think it's really going to be all that.
It wouldn't be brave, would it, this time?
No, it doesn't feel brave.
Okay, like maybe like what if it's a perfect game for your hair, you know?
No, I'm not doing that because they will definitely run into the fountain and cause me to cut it off. And I have an important date coming up.
Yeah, I know.
That I'm going to need my hair for. That may cause that date to not happen if there is no hair available. Okay, Canyon going to be throwing minions towards them. All right, the train is going to be parked. He's taking a lot of damage. The all-out's going to be used as it's Rascal to go down first. Kellen going to get the death from below. There goes the perfect game as Canyon tanks up 4. And D plus Kia, they're thinking about wanting to go for a Baron, but they're not going to be able to do so because they just lost their jungler.
Yeah, and that's not Silent Teleport.
They'll just kill everyone. That's the plan. Depth going to cash in yet again. That's another death from below, and that is just everyone falling like dominoes. DRX lying on the floor as DK move towards the inhibitors. And they may just put this game to rest right now.
I think the answer is going to be yes, they will. Unfortunately, Canyon just had to push the envelope. He had to do what his job is as Sion in this case instead of playing for the...
You have to utilize the passive, Wolf.
Yeah.
Otherwise, are you even really playing Sion as Rascal?
Look at the damage.
Respawn. Paddock's real dead. And yeah, Rascal just wants to try and move minions away from this one. But Def, he's very low. But so is the Nexus. It's going to go down. And D plus Kia in an extraordinarily short game will win game 1.